What's going on, Game After 13 around? Welcome back to some more Dragonstone 3D Return to the Lair. Well, in last episode, we obtained the Dragon Spirit, and this episode, we are going to be obtaining the next Dragon Essence. And also, about the game freezing thing, luckily, good news, I did not have to replay all of that, because I saved it when it froze, turned off my Xbox, restarted my Xbox, and the game was running perfectly fine at the save that I made, so good thing I saved. Anyway, now it's time for me to demonstrate how the Dragon Spirit works, because I was supposed to do that last episode, but then the game froze. So, we're going to equip the you notice we have a little bit of health missing. We're going to equip the Dragon Spirit by first off, if we press right, then we equip the Dragon Wing, but if we press left on the D-pad, then we will equip the Dragon Spirit. And you'll watch, as the mana from our mana bar, it subtracted mana from the mana bar and put that into the health bar. So, and the good news is that it doesn't, you can basically leave this on, because once your health bar is full, it'll stop taking mana out, but then once you lose more health, it'll take more mana out. So you can basically leave this on all the time until you run out of mana, of course, that's not good. Anyway, so now we're going to take this off because we need to refill our mana supply, just like that. So that's how that works. It takes mana out of the mana compartment and puts it into the health compartment, or out of the mana bar into the health bar, which is very cool, but also very mana consuming, so you, like Daphne said, you really want to use that sparingly. Once you move back into the center room, a Giddy-Goon is going to appear out of who the frick knows where. Like, let me look up into the ceiling. Yeah, they just kind of apparate out of nowhere. Okay, so now we're going to break down these two stacks of barrels and enter the one door we have not yet entered. And this is also the last time that we are going to be in the castle depths. So say goodbye to the sound as the key area. Hi, where did you keep apparating out of nowhere? I'd like it if you could stop apparating out of nowhere. I have things to say. Goodbye, creepy creeps, crypt creeps, ghouly places. And hello. How you doing today? So, I don't know if you've noticed, but each new door up until this point has required something from the previous door. So now we have a crossbow target.
But how do you reach that switch from here?
So if I tried to come to this door straight away, I would have figured out, okay, I need to go get something else in order to come here. And if I had faced the gap, I really realized, okay, wait a minute, I can't do this yet because I don't have the Dragon Wing. So now we're going to align our target like so, pull the trigger, it's going to get shot, and then the drawbridge is going to get lowered. So actually, something interesting about these eyes is that if you remember from the first episode, one of these eyes was in the first episode, but there's no way for you to interact with it. It's just kind of there. So it's a crossbow target that can't be hit with a crossbow, which is something that I've been very curious about for a long time. But I don't know. Maybe one day somebody will figure it out, even though this game has been out for over a decade and almost 2 decades actually. But what you gonna do, I suppose? Okay, so stock up on your supply in this little room right here, and then we can move on to the next section and say goodbye to the castle depths forever, as we say hello to a new hub.
This is a world of confusion. Down is up, and up is down. Trace your steps carefully.
Okay. Welcome to the Impossible Room. The most confusing, the craziest, wackiest room in the entire game. It's strange. It's really strange. Up is, like Daphne said, up is down.
A path down there, but you don't have any protection from that fire.
Yes, thank you, Daphne. This pit in the floor, this is where we actually have to go. But if we try to jump in there right now, we instantly get burnt. So we need something to protect ourselves from the fire. That's not going to happen for a while, so don't even bother worrying about it. So, here's the interesting thing, just to kind of show you the craziness of this room. Look at that window up there, right? Look at this door right here. Want to go into this door, turn right, meaning we're heading back towards that door right there. And then when I come out this door, we jump out that window. It's the wackiest thing. It's the most impossible room ever, but at the same time, I love it. Now, I can make a whole video exploring all the little crazy side paths that you could go into in this room, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to focus on the correct direction to go to get to the next area. So, first things first, we're going to check. Yeah, there's no treasures. There's just a mana container that we need to get in this room. So, we're going through this door right here, and then we're going to enter.
Doorways lead to unique worlds.
Thank you, Daphne. So we can take the short way. That door right there leads us directly to where we need to go. But we don't want to do that just yet because we have a mana container to get. So we're going to take the left path right here. And then once we move through this door and turn to the left, we're going to come across this platform. Also, there's a grunt down there. You don't want to deal with grunts. Grunts aren't very nice. And this door right here is going to take you directly back to the entrance door. In fact, you know what? Let me showcase this. Go through here, and all of a sudden, we're back on the first floor. Don't ask me. Don't ask me how it works. It's just comical. I love this room so much. It doesn't make any sense, but it's so mind-bogglingly amazing. I love it. Anyway, back on track. Need to stop geeking out over this. So instead of going through the door that takes us straight back to the entrance, we're going to climb this ladder right here and take us up to another platform. Now the direction we actually have to go is to the left, but we're not going to go that direction just here because we're going to go to the right. Oh, I mixed it up. Okay, I apologize. We need to go to the right. We're not going to go to the right just yet. We need to go to the left, and we're going to come across a wall. But it's not really a wall. It's a fake wall. Run straight through the wall and grab this mana container. Now, I'm going to be honest, you're probably not meant to get this right now, because technically you need, quote-unquote, need a dragon's essence to access it, but they didn't program it correctly to where you can't get it until you unlock that essence. So we're going to get it now because no sense in not getting it, am I right? So now we're going to go to the other door, and this is where we were supposed to go. So we're going to jump across to this platform. Oh, actually, wait, before we do that, we're going to spin the camera around and look towards the ceiling. That's the fireplace that we were just on. The ceiling is now the floor. The floor from where we entered this room is now the ceiling. And if you look there, that's the window, that's the staircase, and I'm actually going to show footage from earlier. You may remember this sewer right here. Well, if we turn this screen around, looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? I know, it's so cool. Anyway, time to stop geeking out, jump over to this platform right here.
This way leads to the sewers.
Yeah, well, guess what, Daphne? We have to get our next dragon essence, so into the sewers we go. Okay, welcome to the sewers. This place is very disgusting. Pop open this barrel, and for some reason there's going to be a giddy goon hiding inside of it. Really no concern, because as soon as you open the barrel, it's in a daze, so it's not really that big of a concern. It is entirely possible to make this jump normally, but it takes a long time to perfect, so we're not going to waste our time with it, and we're just going to dragon wing our way over to it. Once you do that, we're going to hit the switch to drain all the, I don't really want to say water, out of this room. And then, once it's all drained, we can jump down below and roll to a stop by somersaulting like we've been doing all along. And then take out your sword, get a whirlwind ready, and everybody's dead except for these guys. But, you know, nobody likes these guys. The other guys were very cooperative. These guys decided they were not. But hey, what you gonna do, I suppose. Okay. Now, you may notice that I'm not really going to use the Dragon Spirit a whole lot, just because I want to conserve it for when we really need it. Whereas, obviously, right now, we don't really need it. Okay. Look at these red barrels right here. Just look at them. Observe them, and don't do anything else. There you go. Keep those in mind. Now, run through this tunnel here, and then turn to the left, and a cutscene will trigger. Now, in an ideal world, you would memorize that pattern. In a not-so-ideal world, you had no idea that was coming, and so you really don't know what to do next. Just rely on me, because I have this pattern memorized like the back of my hand. So we're going to jump on the bottom left, move up, then jump to the right, move down, jump to the right, move up, jump to the left, move up, jump to the right, and then jumps up and to the right, and you will have successfully dodged all of the fireballs. It's absolutely genius how they set up the room so that if you are moving at a constant pace and follow that path, you will never hit a fireball. That said, you have to memorize the pattern to do that, but if you follow the pattern, that you may not get it first try, but following that pattern will lead to success one way or the other. Anyway, Once you make it to the other side, this is the flame arrow.
Power of fire to add to your bow.
So now, if we check our inventory, we now have 5 flame arrows to use. Remember those red barrels from earlier? Well, it's time to put 2 and 2 together. And also now we can just run back over without jumping into the goo. Break open these barrels right here for some more flame arrows because, you know, 5 isn't that many. For some reason, we enter a little mini cutscene right there, and for some reason, 2 of the stacks of barrels from earlier have respawned. No complaints, we'll take any arrows we can get. So now, we're going to equip our crossbow, press up to change to fire arrows, and fire with the flame barrels to destroy them. Now we're going to roll under the bar right here, and we're also going to roll under this bar right here, staying perfectly along the bar so as not to fall into the poison below. Run past this as fast as possible. If you take a few damage from the poison, that's not that big a deal. Now, you want to switch to the crossbow here, and we're actually not going to waste our flame arrows on these guys, because it doesn't take that many additional regular arrows to take them out. In general, at least in the early stages when you don't have that many flame arrows, you really want to conserve them for when you need them, like for when you actually have flame arrows to destroy. But later, once we have an abundance of them, it's not going to matter that much, and normal arrows are going to become obsolete very soon. But for right now, you want to use them as much as possible so that you conserve the flame arrows. And just in general, conserving flame arrows is a good idea. But once we have a plethora of them, it's not going to become as important. Anyway, so from across here, we're going to use our arrows to snipe these guys out because they are archers, and nobody likes archers. But now we have actually a counter to them because now we can throw their medicine right back at them. You get a taste of your own medicine, eh? That you've been shooting arrows at us for all this time? Well, guess what? Now it's time for us to fight back. That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say combat, come back, fight back is what I was trying to say. Anyway, okay. So the 2 treasures that are in this room are in this room. Words are difficult. So I recommend saving right here, so that you don't have to come back to this section before. No, just come back to this section later. Equip your dragon wings, and then just kind of, we want to get a running start, and hi, you apparated out of absolutely freaking nowhere. Because of course you did. I'm going to take you out really quickly. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Now we're going to float up onto this. Okay, that was also not supposed to happen. We're going to jump up onto this platform right here. And then once we land, we're going to slowly walk up, jump onto the top of this roof right here, and grab the goblet. We're going to come to a rolling stop, and I am going to save again just so that I don't have to do that again. Whether you do it or not is up to you. And there's going to be a Cyclops thing that comes out of the water right here. We're going to get our crossbow ready, equip the flame arrows. Actually, wait, do we even? No, I didn't even need a flame arrow. It goes down in a single normal arrow. So grab the treasure as we run, and then run to the other side. Hide. If you want, you saw me hide in that corner over there as this thing came around, just to avoid getting hit by it. Shouldn't be too hard. Now we're going to equip the flame arrows to destroy these things right here, and also you want to keep a safe distance back because if you're right up against them when they explode, you're going to die. So you want to stay a safe distance back. Hit the switch once it becomes clear, and the door will open into the next room. And just to make sure, yep, 58 to 58 treasures. Let's move.
This seems deadly. That ooze looks weird.
I don't really get that comment. The mist isn't deadly. If I jump into the ooze, I'm dead. But floating in the mist does not kill you. So I don't really understand this comment. Like, this is deadly, but the ooze is worse. Like, the ooze is going to torture you, but the mist is going to kill you? I don't know, the word choice there is very confusing. Anyway, we're going to jump on top of the door that we came in on, switch to the dragon wings, and then we're going to float out to this first rope. Just keep floating straight, and eventually you're just going to automatically grab onto the rope. And now, don't take off your dragon wings because you want to keep hold of them just in case. But just in general, you can swing across the ropes by waiting until they both align and then letting go. But it's also entirely possible to just float your way to the end if you have enough mana. I've done that before, and it's entirely possible, but it's just more fun to do the ropes. So once you're over here, we're going to use the flame arrows to shoot out the barrels over there by the door. And then once that's done, because we're far too close to either of these two sets of barrels, we're going to equip our Dragon Wing, float over to this staircase right here, and then now that we're a safe distance away from both of these, we're going to equip our flame arrows and our crossbow, and destroy both of these sets of barrels from a safe distance away. We can't access that though yet because it requires a key, but this little cave we can because it has a heart container. And heart containers are always nice. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to float our way over to this door and actually go through it this time. And we're going to find some dragons on the other side. For some reason I thought there were giddy goons in here. And we're going to use normal arrows to take these guys out by hiding behind this door as cover, because this door makes a very good piece of cover. You don't really want to step into the room because then they might pin you up against the wall. Unless there's only one of them left and you can't see it at all, then you can take out your sword, because if you can't see it, it means they're underneath the platform, and then you can catch them off guard by pinning them up against the wall. But in general, you want to stay outside the door and use your crossbow to take them out. Also, there was a health potion there that we collected. Okay, next section. I think Cyclops come out here if you stay here for an extended period of time. I could have sworn Cyclops would have come out here. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, so we're going to move past this section as soon as the goo or the mist stops coming out. And same thing here. This mist actually can cause you damage. It doesn't kill you, but it can cause you damage. But the other stuff doesn't. I don't know what she was talking about there. I think there are dragons in this section. Or at least little dragonlings. Yep. Okay. And you know what? We're actually going to use the sword for this section just because they're closer to the ground and they're not in the air. And there's going to be two more for us to take down right here. If you hit them out... Oh, God. Okay, that was not supposed to happen. Rightio. Let's try again. Should I use... Yeah, you know what? We'll use the sword. Yeah, ideally, you want to use the crossbow. I'm just using the sword here to challenge myself. But if you hit them out over the goo, then... Yeah, you're gonna have to use the crossbow because there's no way to reach them. At least at this point. There's no way to reach over the... Thank you, Daphne. You're amazing. Grab the green key while you're at it. And you technically don't have to clear these guys out, but it's just a lot more convenient if you do, because why would you leave enemies behind when you know full well you have to deal with them later? It's going to be very important on Tuesday. Remember that little detail. There's going to be a dragonling that comes back here when you're moving back to the other area, because now we have the green key to access the room from earlier. And also, you can't roll under the pipes. You don't fit under there. Alright. So now that we have the green key, we can access the other room by floating over. Actually, can we just jump over to it? We can. Okay. Good to know. Use our key on this door right here. And now we actually are going to use our crossbow because they are going to start in the air. And actually, can I shoot you? Yeah, we're going to shoot you from... No, I can't. Okay. Disappointment. Well. There we go. Now I can shoot you. Like so. Lock onto it. Shoot him with the normal arrows. And down in 4 shots. Now from down here, we're going to use the flame arrow to shoot out those barrels because it's going to be important later. And also keep an eye, look at that block up there on the left. Looks precariously dangling over the platform, right? Yeah, keep that in mind because this switch right there, guess what happens if you hit the switch? Need I say more? The block is going to come down and hit you. And then kill you. So don't do that. Just jump onto the platform that you caused to fall, the block you caused to fall earlier. And then once you do that, you'll be able to move through this door right here. And does this room look familiar? It should, if you played the arcade version. This is a mirrored version of the sewer scene, or the stair scene. So, actually, I'm going to save this just so I can mimic what happened in the arcade. If you start moving down these steps, they're going to turn into a smooth surface. And then you're probably going to die unless you quickly hop back up. In the arcade version, what happened is you moved down the steps and then this guy came out and you blocked him with your sword. So we're going to do that just to mimic the arcade. But we're actually going to use our crossbow to take him out because you can't reach him with the sword. Unless maybe if you stand here, but then it turns into a smooth surface and you'll slide down. Just like in the arcade version, you can interact with this, but the water's going to come out and then you're going to die. So don't do that. Instead, just jump through the hole in the wall and move past the gas as it appears. You're going to have to fight the bullet and roll into this one. And now we're going to take out our crossbow and shoot this target in the eye. We can now access the mana cell. And let me check treasures really quickly. No treasures in this room, that's what I thought. Except for the heart container. We'll roll back under here and move our way along. And when we come back through this door, there's going to be a plethora of enemies that wants to kill us. Specifically 2 dragons. And because we're actually never going to see... Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll take them out. 4 shots each. 1. That's 1. Take you out because you're annoying. Oh, did you just... They fell to their death. Okay, cool. Usually takes 4 shots each. Hi, guy. How you doing? Actually, I am going to use my sword against you because I can easily pin you up against a corner. He says not actually pinning you up against a corner. Hi. I do have to use my crossbow against you because you are too far away. Hi. You gonna get knocked further down there, buddy? Or can I lock onto you? Or, okay, we're going to jump down 1 more level. Like so. Actually, I might just have to use my sword against you because you're both right in the corner. Yep, pin one up against the corner, pin the other up against a wall, or let's try, and then they're both down. Easy peasy. Okay, so you may remember seeing the mana cell that was over by the giant ooze gap from before. So now we're going to take the mana cell that we can now easily access right here, and take it over here. But before we do that, just stand by this thing, and you're going to see a dragon appear. We're going to take you out with the crossbow so that we don't have to deal with you on the way back. And then once you do that, then you can pick up the mana cell and start walking over to the room. And because there isn't much interesting I can say here, I'm just going to speed this footage up. Okay, now that we're back and all the enemies are clear out, see, this is why you clear out enemies beforehand. We're going to put this mana cell on the container right here, and a bridge is going to form. Get ready to run across this bridge because you'll see Cyclops start to rise out of the water behind you, and you don't really want to have to deal with them because they're annoying. I actually got hit by one of them there, but they can't do anything to me now. And if you really want to, you can hit them all with your crossbow, but it's not required. It's just kind of satisfactory. Once they're all clear, or if you just don't want to clear them out at all, you can move through here into the next section. But I'm going to warn you right now, the next section requires incredibly fast reflexes. Just keep that in mind. Take out your sword and then immediately start rolling along the left wall. Don't exit your somersault state at all. You have just enough power to make it under here. You want to hit the spider immediately. Pin yourself up against the wall. Switch to flame arrows because we don't have any time to waste. They each go down in 2 shots. And then prepare yourself for this right here. This platform is going to start to fall. You want to roll under the door right here and you make it to the other side. Really quick thing. You have to move incredibly fast to not die there, but with enough quick reflexes and a good plan moving forward, you can do it. Alright, 3 treasures you're going to get right there, and that's not all that there is in this room. I know there's a mana container to get, but yeah, okay, so the mana container is all that's left. So you're safe in here. There's nothing that can get you for the most part. I mean, you don't want to fall, obviously, but there are no immediate threats. So we're going to grab onto this rope and swing across, switch to the dragon wing, float over to this platform right here, and then come to a landing, switch to the crossbow to shoot at this target right here. Then aim down and to the right at that target all the way over there, because you definitely don't want to shoot it from down here. There we go, door open. Why don't you want to open the door from down there? Because the second you hit the ground, grunts spawn in. Oh, no, okay, I can't, I might get pinned. Okay, I'm not pinned. I successfully evaded the pin, but that's what happens if you hit the spear. It's really easy for you to get pinned up against the wall because it literally tackles you to the ground. Okay, I got one of them. Same strategy from episode 3, which was yesterday. Run up, hit him, run away, and then rinse and repeat. Okay, the grunts are clear. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to run over to this switch right here, activate a whirlwind to hit it through the gates to lower the bars right there, and then run back to grab the mana container, like so. And then once you do that, we're going to run over to this keyhole right here, put the key in that we grabbed from before, and that opens the door to the boss fight. I don't believe there are any treasures in this room. Nope, there are not. This is the boss fight. And this is what I've been saving all those flame arrows for. How many do we have? 40, that should be enough. Okay, first thing you want to do, hit the switch. That lowers. Now I gotta run over this ladder right here. And grab on, I said grab onto this ladder, there we go. Then we're gonna climb up to the top. And move along the platform, destroying the barrels along the way to get the goodies contained within. Like so, because we need all the health we can get, and I'd rather not waste our health potions. And we're also getting a few extra arrows, that's what I was trying to say. Oh, actually, wait. We're gonna do something. We're gonna hit this to use the Dragon Spirit, so that it fills up our health, like so. And then we're going to grab these things right here to replenish our mana. See? Perfect. That's something you can do. If you're ever about to run into a stash of mana and your health is low, you can switch to the Dragon Spirit to fill up your health and then grab the mana to replenish your mana, free of charge. Open up the gate, activate your Dragon Wings to float over to this platform right here, and before you hit the switch, get ready to hit the Dragon Spirit on command. Basically, have your left thumb just hovering over it. Put away your sword, take out your crossbow, get the flame arrows out, and shoot this thing in the eye. Then take out your sword, roll down, and smack it. Then immediately switch to your Dragon Spirit. That's what you have to do. This thing is immune to everything except for flame arrows. Shoot it in the eye with the flame arrow, smack it with your sword, and then rinse and repeat. Just pretend like the tentacles aren't even there. They are a non-threat to you so long as your Dragon Spirit is out and ready to go. You can replenish your mana later. Right now what matters is your health. So just to repeat, crossbow, flame arrow, in the eye, switch to sword, run up, smack him. That boss fight used to give me so many problems when I was younger, but now that I know how to deal with him. Oh, and the other thing too is never ever take your target off him. Press Y to lock onto him and never ever take that off. Okay, another thing. One, while a boss fight is going on, if you try to climb up onto the platform above because you think, I'm smart now, I can shoot him from above, guess what? See those holes up there? Tentacles are going to come out of those holes. There's nowhere you can hide. The only safe place to fight this boss battle is from down here on the ground. And honestly, it's the best place to fight it too. It makes the most sense to fight it from down here. So that's the strategy I recommend you employ. Another thing is that after the boss fight is After the boss fight is over, I strongly advise you just come in here to get the Dragon Essence and don't go up to the platforms above for any reason. I don't know why you would, but I've learned from experience that if you go up there after the boss fight is over, there's a chance this door will lock behind you and you will not be able to continue with the game. I don't know why it happens, but sometimes it just does. Anyway, let's grab the Dragon Eye. And now if we press the left arrow on the D-pad, we can suddenly see through walls to see that there's a door there. Okay, so all of a sudden we're back in the impossible room, and let me tell you, these barrels right here are going to be your best chance of replenishing. So basically after every boss battle, because you're going to be fighting a lot of bosses when you're in this section, you're going to come out that door and then replenish all of your mana and health with those barrels right there. That's the best place to do it. Other than that, that is going to do for this episode of Dragonstone 3D Return to the Lair. So, I would like to thank you all for watching. See you with the next episode, and this has been a Gaming Magic 13. Signing off, saying I hope you have a fantastic good day, and I will catch you next time for some more Dragonstone 3D Return to the Lair. Goodbye!
I expect you to die.